Hello, everybody. So my name is Indanji Duncan Simonza, and I'm a community journalist stationed at Radio Phoenix. I focus on governance-based issues. Now, I've been given a privilege and an honor to talk about some few questions which are very important in this time and period when we are faced with COVID-19. So let me just take you down to the questions. So question number one is asking me what the roles are for young people when it comes to fighting COVID-19. So, as a young person, you need to really understand that your role in fighting COVID 19 is very important. Not as much as you are the majority, but because your effort and your energy towards the fight is very important. Now, how you can fight COVID 19 as a young person is you need to be informed. What is the type of information that I'm referring to? So, as you're aware, World Health Organization declared COVID 19 as a global pandemic. And Zambia is one of the countries that has not been left aside when it comes to the people that are being impacted by the disease. So, as you're aware, the Ministry of Health, they did allude to us the following guidelines as a means of fighting COVID-19. So, number one guideline, you need to wash your hands regularly with a hand sanitizer, of course. And you also need to wear a face mask, especially to those people who cannot stay at home. Uh, who would want to go and do other businesses out there. And as young people, it is very important that we follow these guidelines, and we should be in the forefront, making sure that we adhere to these guidelines and promote them to other people that are not aware of them. The other one that you need to understand when it comes to fighting COVID-19 as a young person is that you need to create spaces. In this modern world, the 21st century, it's very important that we use the tools that we have in order to reach out to other people that are not aware about these information that regards to the fight against COVID-19. So platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Telegram, these are platforms that us young people can use to reach out information to other people in other places that are not well informed when it comes to how they can protect themselves when it comes to fighting COVID-19. And in as much as we are the majority citizens in this country, therefore it is our responsibility that we reach out to many people as possible so that this country can be protected from COVID-19. And make sure that if you cannot stay home, you follow these guidelines of wearing a face mask whenever you go out, social distancing, and washing your hands regularly with a hand sanitizer. But if you can manage to stay home, please do stay home, and make sure you tell other people that can also stay home to do so. Not only does it give us an opportunity as young people to continue holding our leaders to account, but it reminds us of the very important virtue of existing in this country. Should we just sleep because COVID-19 is there, or should activities still continue? And when I say activities, there are issues that the government have put in place, there are developmental policies that are in place that need to continue moving forward. And as far as young people are concerned, we need to keep on holding our leaders to account so that there can be total accountability and transparency. Now, question number two does emphasize on how can young people keep holding leaders to account. Now, there are different sectors in as much as holding leaders to account is concerned. Uh, and I would like to stretch out in two categories. There's a leadership provision and the health provision. In the health provision, there are policies that have been implemented for young people. They are adolescent in terms of accessing services. These policies, they need to be tracked here and there to make sure that the right thing is being done at the right time. And leaders can do that by creating friendly spaces where they can invite leaders to take part in the engagement and make sure that they hold them to account on the very virtue of those information that they do publicize to the general public. Not on the governance side, it's a different spectrum, because not only does it give you an opportunity to dialogue with leaders on a daily basis, but it gives you an overview of what is really happening in your community and trying to dig deep and understand what is affecting people and how you can engage your leaders in order for them to be accountable with the current happenings within our communities. That's very important. What exactly am I doing as a young person in my community when it comes to fighting COVID-19? Yes, I am actually doing something as a young person, and I feel like every young person out there need to be doing something when it comes to fighting COVID-19. But let me just focus on myself because this question directly comes to me. So what I'm trying to do in my community when it comes to fighting COVID-19, first of all, is following the health guidelines, which is hand sanitizing, which is washing your hands regularly with hand sanitizers, face masking, and also social distancing, preferably staying at home. These are some of the things that I'm doing. But I know that there are other people out there that are not aware about this such information. So what I'm trying to do is that within my space, I'm trying to also advocate for certain information to be publicized out there so that people can be informed and make an informed decision. And the other thing that I'm doing as a person within my community is understanding what we are facing as a country. One thing you need to understand is that life needs to continue. I have friends, I have families that I would like to engage and talk to and go out with, but I cannot do that because as much as we know it, COVID-19 cannot allow us to do that. Yes, so for example, if I want to chat with my family and friends, I can use WhatsApp video call because I cannot be with them because I'll be risking them if I had to meet them up. I can do Skype, I can do Instagram, I can do videos and post to them, share those kind of memories that we can still remain engaging and still remain relevant and life moves on like that. That's something that I'm doing in my community in order to fight COVID-19. My message to every young person out there is to make sure that you follow the health guidelines because it's very important. It's very fundamental that you follow the health guidelines in order to protect yourself, your families, and your friends, and your life because your life is precious. With all that said and done, I would like to say stay safe, stay home, and protect yourself and make sure you follow the health guidelines. Stay blessed. Let's protect this country.